Okay, so after my last video on Sonic Frontiers, I realized that there was just more to talk about. Like, there's more things that I want specifically, and I've boiled it down to 6 things that I'd really think would be great in a new Sonic game. But since the newest Sonic game is Sonic Frontiers, I think I'm gonna try to push it towards what I would like to see in Sonic Frontiers specifically. But all of these things should come back in any Sonic game. 1 or 2 of these things, by the way, were recommended in the comments of the video, so if you have any ideas that you'd like to be in Sonic Frontiers, and they sound really cool, leave them in the comments, and I might cover them in another video. Because I like talking about Sonic, I like talking about Sonic Frontiers, I like talking about all of the cool things that could be in this game. Alright, number 1. Multiple playable characters. I already talked about this in the last video, but multiple playable characters have been in Sonic games since Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and pretty much everyone loves them. So yeah, I'd really like to be multiple playable characters. But number 2, the reason that I mentioned number 1, number 2 is multiplayer. I'd really like there to be multiplayer, and I think because this is tailor-made for Sonic Frontiers, while I would like it to be kind of just a simple racing system, kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 or Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, or, you know, the Sonic Advance games, where you just race to the end. Sometimes you have little powers that can mess people up. I'm not sure if that would work really well in Sonic Forces. Like, maybe if it was like you go to like 4 different spots on the map and then have to go back to the beginning kind of thing, that could work. But what I think would probably work even better is something like tag. Like, it's a Sonic game. Your whole goal is to run and use the terrain in a way that makes you go faster. So that, I think tag would work great. So, because, like, the people who are good at the game are going to be able to catch the people who are running around. And it's a game about running. Tag is a game about running. Sonic's a game about running. I think it would work really well. Even, honestly, something as simple as either the Mario 64 multiplayer mod, where it's not even like a mode, it's just multiplayer in the main mode. People just like to have their friends around. Like, and then obviously it has to be like a cap. I wouldn't imagine you'd be able to have more than 4 players in a world. But just the idea of having your friend around you, exploring a world together, is something that's really fun, and it's really underutilized, because whenever they make a big open world game, it's either single player, or they make the multiplayer like a gimmick, and then it's not fun, and it just kind of bogs the whole game down. The other thing you could do is like the Mario Odyssey multiplayer mod, where it's like hide and seek, although that just ends up boiling down to, if you ever watch any gameplay of that, it just boils down to being tag. So let's just skip the hide and seek part and let it be tag, because that's what it boils down to, and that's the part that is really fun, is being able to, it's Sonic, so tag would just be fun. That is my number 2, just have a multiplayer mode in there. That'd be pretty fun to do, and really utilize the fact that it's a big open world that you and your friend can run through. Number 3 is one that people have wanted for a very long time. Is the Chao Garden. Like, alright, and I know it sounds weird, because why would you want a Chao Garden in a big open world game like Sonic Frontiers? In a lot of other games, you could just pick it from a menu. But you could take a page out of 2 different Sonic games to make the Chao Garden really fun. First of all, Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure had 3, I believe, Chao Gardens. There was one in the jungle, there's one in the city, and there's one on Eggman's base. And you had to, the egg carrier, sorry, not Eggman's base, it has a name. But you basically had to find them. You had to go into the overworlds, and you had to find them. Well, this is just a game where you were just in a big overworld, so there you go. Like, imagine running through the world and you find a little ledge that you could go underneath, like in a rock wall, and it just leads to this like waterfall Zen garden kind of area. And now it's a little Chao Garden. You see a bunch of little Chao playing in the waterfall, and you realize that, oh, this is one of the many Chao Gardens in this world, and they're all over the place, and you could find them, and it'd be really cool. There could be like 1 per island, depending on how many islands there are, and depending on how much effort they want to put into these little Zen gardens. Like, they don't need to, I would say that they don't need to be super in-depth, but they'll probably have some depth to it. Because the other page that I want to take out from a different Sonic game is Sonic Advance 3. Because in Sonic Advance 3, while there wasn't a Chao Garden, the collectibles to unlock the special stages were Chao. And the Chao could work in a very cool way, where either you could find them in the overworld and it'd be like whatever, you could just find them anywhere, or they could do something where you have to lead them back to the Chao Garden, and that would be a situation where it's like a time trial where you got to get back to the Chao Garden, the nearest Chao Garden, as fast as you can, and you have to know where it is, kind of thing, where you got to know the world, and it would like push you towards it. Or it could be something like the Koroks in Breath of the Wild, where you do a little puzzle and a Chao pops out, and it goes, haha, you found me, and then it goes to the nearest Chao Garden, and then you go there, and then you can see a little buddy that you found, and they all have a little bit different going on. Or you could have a situation where they're leveled up like they are in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, where it would incentivize killing enemies, or even collecting rings to unlock things, just because the items that you get from the enemies or the rings that you get could level up the Chao and level up the Chao Garden. I think that would be fantastic. And then even if they didn't want to use like Chow, I guess they could use Flickies. People don't like the Flickies as much, or like the little animals. Like they're cute and all, but Chow are just way more iconic. So I think that everyone would go crazy over a Chow Garden. Everyone loved the Chow Garden. Number 4, special stages. And I know that there's been leaks about special stages and how they're just the boost sections, which works perfectly for them. But I'm more talking about like every Sonic game should probably have them in the future, because every time that they're in, even though the special stages themselves are hit and miss, they're a really good collectible to get the Chaos Emeralds, because you always get the reward of getting Supersonic, and everyone loves Supersonic. But it would just be a really fun thing to be able to explore the world and find the big rings like you can in Sonic Mania and Sonic 3. It's just something that everyone would, again, it's just another way to explore the world and have a discovery aspect. Find the special stages. There's like 7, maybe there's more. I don't even know, like depending on what you have to collect. Like what if the Chaos Emeralds aren't even in this game? And special stages go and unlock something else that's specific to the Starfall Islands. You know, it's called the Starfall Islands. What if there's a bunch of fallen star, super fallen stars instead, and you just become shining Sonic instead of Super Sonic, something weird. But it could be something crazy. You could do anything with that. But just having the special stages, and I do think making them the boost would be a good idea, just in general. But you know, you could really do anything. And in later Sonic games, that just keep adding special stages, because those are a thing that are just fun. And you could think they might detract, but Sega's always trying to find a way to be like, oh no, we can't just have the game just be Sonic. He's gotta have wisps, or he's gotta be a werehog, or he's gotta be a mech stage. When they could just add special stages, and special stages kind of cover the gameplay variety that you want, because, you know, people don't always want to just run around, I guess. Like, I mean, you're playing a Sonic game, you kind of want to run around, but Sega doesn't think that half the time, Sonic doesn't think that half the time, so special stages are the way that you could just do that without having to impede on the main gameplay. So yeah, number 4, special stages. Number 5, momentum-based gameplay. Alright, so this isn't necessarily a gameplay feature, more like it's like a gameplay mechanic, but I think it's important because having momentum or dynamic type of gameplay is what will change the game from being just, you know, what Assassin's Creed and all those other open world games do with the horses, where you just kind of hold forward and you just kind of get to the important locations. It'll separate it from being one of those versus being a really fun Sonic game where exploring the world feels fun. And that's what you want. You want the whole... Sonic's all about movement. You want the movement to be really fun. And I know I said it's momentum-based gameplay, but you don't necessarily have to have the roll. A comment I saw from Fred mentioned that you could maybe collect rings, and then the rings can make you go faster, and then getting hit makes you go slower. So it incentivizes you not getting hit, and also incentivizes you collecting rings and looking for rings to go faster. So that would be another thing. That would be really cool. But yeah, I would really, having him be able to roll and having the options to like blast off of like a ramp, and having loop-de-loops in general, because I noticed that in the initial trailer there haven't been any loop-de-loops, which is really weird for Sonic. Like, come on, you gotta have at least one big scenic loop-de-loop if you're gonna have a big open world Sonic game. That's just how it goes. And I know, obviously, if you're gonna go fast, like to speedrun, you're just gonna go through the middle of the loop-de-loop. You're not gonna go around the whole loop. People do that in Sonic R. Like, it makes sense because the loop-de-loop is a spectacle thing. But people still want it. Like, come on, just put it in there. Put in a few loop-de-loops. Put a few little curves and stuff in there. That'd feel more, I guess, video gamey, a bit more Sonic, and a bit less realistic. Anyway, that got a bit off topic. The fact is, yeah, having the ability to make yourself go faster and keep up that speed without just holding a boost button or holding forward would be great. And it would really solidify the fun factor of moving through an open world. And it'll make all these other open world games feel really silly about the fact that all you do is hold forward on a horse. So yeah, number 5, momentum-based gameplay. Or rather, dynamic gameplay. Alright, and number 6, the last one for this video. I gotta give it up the salty stick for 2 reasons. Number 1, look at that profile picture. It's Jacko, and Jacko's great. And then number 2 is their idea of having a music player that plays a bunch of songs from Sonic's history throughout the entire overworld. It'd be something kind of similar to Mario Odyssey, where in Mario Odyssey you can change the music to other kingdoms, but the music in that game is limited to Mario Odyssey music. I guess it'd honestly be a bit more similar to Final Fantasy XV's radio, because you could listen to older Final Fantasy songs in Final Fantasy 15. But Sonic has always been known for his music, and it's the one thing that has been like really consistent throughout all of Sonic's history. We don't talk about Sonic Chronicles. And having that be a collectible might be one of the best collectibles you could have in a Sonic game. because while the music in Sonic Frontiers, I can almost guarantee is going to be fantastic. Like, this is just something that, even if the game is awful, we know that the music's going to be great, because the music's always great. But being able to collect music as like a celebration of everything that's good about Sonic in the overworld, being able, in the big open world, I call it the overworld, but it's the game. Being able to collect a bunch of music in the game would be really cool. And then you could even have little challenges with it. Similar, going back to Mario again, Mario just does a lot of things right. You could find like a music note, and then you could follow it and play the song as you're like running through the music notes, you know, have like a small little challenge that you just go through a few music notes and it plays the song, and then when the song ends, you unlock the music and it goes into the music player. Or you could just find it, which is a little bit more boring, but I'm just trying to think of ways to make really fun gameplay in an open world, and it would be really great for Sonic. And in Mario, when you do one of those little challenges where it plays one of the old Mario songs, that's it. You do it, and then it gives you like a 1-up. And that's kind of all you get. But imagine finding a music note, and then you're like, oh, what song is it gonna be? And then this Live and Learn just kicks in, like, and then you found the Live and Learn song just somewhere tucked away in the open, like, it'd be so fun. It would be so exciting, and then you want to find more because you're like, oh, which song is this one gonna be? Every single time. It would be great. It's such a good idea that it's like, I had to, honestly, it was the big thing for, like, I gotta make another one of these videos because of the fact that there's just more things to talk about. And I'd love to hear what else you guys would want in a Sonic game, whether it is Sonic Frontiers or if you have an idea for a different one. I'd love to just chat. I like talking about Sonic. But that's gonna be all for this video. If you have anything, like I said, leave a comment. If you want to hit that like button, it does help me out. I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty sick, though, right? That's pretty good. It's pretty cool. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Goodbye.